Yo, what's going on? It's Greg Santos and welcome to Outlier Circle. If this is your first time joining me here today, I help isolated outliers who lack a powerful network of mentors and ambitious people, and I help you create a world-class network with people with mentors who have a 7, 8, 9-figure business, with other people who are on their path, who are working towards creating a business where they can live anywhere around the world, helping you connect and make friends with those people. If that sounds like you, click the subscribe button below. Also hit that bell so you can get notified every time I drop some super hot fire onto YouTube, baby. You can be one of the first people to watch the videos. I am gonna start off with a story here, okay? So I remember, I think it was like about 2 years ago, maybe a year or two ago, I was in the car with my ex-best friend and we're driving on the freeway. And I remember I'm in the passenger seat and I'm talking about all the awesome things that are, going on in my life. Like I did this and this is going on and I'm talking to this kind of person and like things are moving, right? And things are looking great. And I'm feeling great. Like, man, like I'm so glad I haven't seen you in a while. And like all these things are awesome happening. And after I finished, I was excited to hear him say, man, that's amazing, or give some kind of support and be like happy. And it was as if I didn't even say anything. He starts complaining about his life. He starts complaining about the people that he surrounds himself with. He starts just saying, and then this happened, and then all of this, and then this, why this is like this, and all of this negativity. And it was as if like nothing I just said was heard. There's no support. As a matter of fact, I felt like there was envy. I felt that this person didn't really care about what was going on in my life. And I know some people can watch this and say, well, Greg, you're not there for him. What's going on with that? Believe me, there's been many, many times where I worked to help this person out and I provided this person with resources and they decide not to go and utilize those resources to help change their life. As a matter of fact, I spent about 1.5 years of my life to help change this person. And I had many conversations with my older sister, with friends, and trying to figure out a way, like, how can I help him? How can I bring him up? How can I get him on the path? And I'll never forget the nail in the coffin. I was with one of my buddies. His name is Matthew. He's an amazing guy, extremely smart, extremely charismatic, great head on his shoulders. And I'm at his apartment and I explain the situation. And he says, he quotes Snoop Dogg. It's very interesting. And he quoted Snoop Dogg talking about physics, which was pretty crazy. I don't really remember the details of the conversation, but I do remember him saying something like, you have two options. It's like you can either stay here and like hope to pull them up, or you have to go down to their level and you rise up together. But he was saying it's going to be really, really, really challenging. Sometimes you can't help people who don't want to be helped. And I remember thinking, dang, like this sucks. I avoided cutting this person out of my life for a very long time. I didn't want to do it because I believe that I can change him. I believe there's hope. And finally, I made the decision. I'm going to stop hanging out with him. That's it. I can no longer give him any more of my time because every time I hang out with him, I always feel like there's a sense of envy. As a matter of fact, when he was driving on that freeway and how he was complaining about his life, it was actually very depressing. And I honestly felt that was also, it was pretty crazy. I also felt like that was gonna be like my last day living because I really felt just like this sheer depression of his life. It sounded like there was like this tension there. And I really believe that he probably would have crashed the car on purpose and killed us both. It sounds crazy. You might think it's a little bit dramatic, but that's really how I felt in that passenger seat, where it's like, there's like no hope. Like I felt like when I heard him talk, it was like no hope. And it was tough because I have done my best. Now, over the course of a year, maybe 2 years, I spent a lot of time by myself. I spent a lot of time working on myself. I spent a lot of time being by myself, being lonely, doing things on my own. And it was really rough because sometimes he would call and I would ignore the call. And man, it was not an easy decision to make. But here I am today. Today I have, 6 mentors. 4 of them have at the very least a 7-figure business. As a matter of fact, 2 of them has a 7-figure business and the other 2 have an 8-figure business. And, other 2 of my mentors, one of them was a millionaire in the 90s. Another one has a successful business, not at 7 or 8 figures just yet, but he's crushing it. And I also have a community filled with, young, ambitious entrepreneurs from literally all over the world who care about bettering themselves and are youthful and are working hard and grinding it out. And I would have never had this if I held on to my last friend, And as a matter of fact, I wish that I stopped talking to him sooner. I feel like I spent so much wasted time trying to convince him to change. And it's very sad because I love this guy to death. I love him till this day. And I'd be there for him if he needed me, if he needed help, any kind of assistance, I'll be there for him. But you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. And man, am I so fulfilled that today I have, a strong community of hustlers and winners, and I have, amazing mentors, and my life is really going up on the up and up. And one of my mentors, one of my 7-figure business mentors, he's like, I am going to help you make it to the next level. We talked exactly about what my goals are. And he's like, I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to make sure that you get there. I'm not going to charge you anything. You have to do everything I say. Wouldn't that be awesome if while you're growing your business, one of your 7-figure business mentors is like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna make sure you reach your goals. You just have to execute on exactly what I say to do. How amazing would that be? Someone who's already walked the path, someone who has success. As a matter of fact, they belong to a mastermind called War Room, which is ran by Ryan Dice, Roland Frazier, and Perry Belcher. And man, it's amazing to have someone like that in your corner to help you out. Now, I don't say that to impress you or anything. I want to just show you that this is possible. Meeting mentors and having them invest in your journey is so possible, but you have to make sacrifices. If you have a best friend or a couple friends who are just negative and you want to be a light for them and lead by example, but they're so resistant to it, you got to cut those people out. You got to stop hanging out with those people because they're not gonna change, and you're just gonna waste so much time. I remember one of my friends, he said, don't spend time trying to teach pigs how to fly. They're not gonna fly, and you're just gonna annoy the pig. And that's so true. And you don't want to wrestle with the pig either, because you're just gonna get down and dirty, and the pig likes to do that. And you're not gonna win that. It's better to be alone than to be with losers. It's messed up to say, but it's the truth. And I remember back, a few months ago, I locked myself in the bathroom for 2 days. You thought I was gonna say 2 hours, huh? It was 2 days, 48 hours. I only left the bathroom to go to sleep and to refill my water. I made sure I had food with me in the bathroom, and I wrote down the answers to the question, who am I? What kind of life do I want to live? And what kind of people do I want to have in that life? And I remember on the second night that I did that, after I completed the exercise, I felt very lonely. I felt by myself. And I remember thinking, hey, Greg, if you want, there's people who you can call right now and you can go hang out with. Do you want to live that life? Do you want to go down that route? And I remember thinking, no, I don't. I don't want to go hang out with losers. I really don't. I can hang out with them if I want to, but I'm not going to. You gotta be able to, take those risks. You gotta take those chances. You gotta be able to make those difficult decisions, because that's where all the greatness comes from. It comes from doing things that most people aren't willing to do. It comes from not hanging out with your high school friends anymore, or your college friends, people who like to just smoke weed all the time, people who look forward to just drinking on the weekends, people who just try to numb themselves from reality. That's not gonna help you achieve your long-term goals. Those people aren't going to even be in your corner while you're working on your goals. They're gonna feel like shit because you're making them realize how much they're not doing, and they're just gonna resent you for it. It's really rough. You would think that people that you grew up with, or people that really care about you, that you care about, you would think they'd be on your corner and they'd support you all the way and they'd want to join you on this journey. But the craziest thing is, that's the furthest from the truth. So cut those people out. I remember I went to a Derek Moneyberg business conference earlier this year, and he said, look, man, it doesn't take much poison to kill you. It really doesn't. How much cyanide do you want to drink this year? How much does it take? It doesn't take much to kill you. See, a lot of people think, okay, I'll cut out everybody, but I want to keep this one poisonous person in my life, right? You can't do that. You can't. Oh, okay, I'll cut out everybody except for these people. No. It doesn't work that way. A little bit of poison can kill you. Here's another analogy he used. Imagine you have a nice gallon of water. It's purified, it's clean, And let's say you drink it, it's nice and refreshing, it's cold, and then let's say you take like a little spoonful of shit, right? And you put the shit in the gallon of water, and then you shake the whole water up. Is that water drinkable anymore? Would you still drink that water? But it just has a little bit of shit in it. Just a little bit. No, there's no way. Because a little bit of shit fucks up the whole thing, right? Fucks up the whole gallon of water. So you wouldn't even do that. It's the same thing with the people you have in your life. Do not let any kind of toxic people in your life. And you got to be very, very stern with that, because you will be rewarded for cutting out those negative people. And your reward will be mentors. Your reward will be, successful people, because you open up your life for that. And with the principles that I talk about on this channel, applying those will really transform your life. If you really go out and do exactly what I say to do, like, look, I told you 6 mentors, 4 of them are, have at the very least a 7-figure business. I didn't have that when I was hanging out with, my loser friends. So there's so much potential, there's so much greatness that can happen from cutting out those negative influences. And you're gonna feel bad, but man, your future self celebrates like a champion when you make that kind of decision. With that being said, if you got some value from this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so every time I drop some fire on you, you're one of the first people to receive it and look at it and watch it and apply it and transform your life, all right? With that being said, make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.